Now, we've discussed budgeting and how there's different ways of budgeting, but was one thing that's important is that you want to have some kind of a account or some kind of category every time you get paid to save off for big expenses, because you don't want to wait till the last minute and it really hurt your bank account because you have to spend so much money on a certain item or items or category. So, and a disclaimer, as always, because I know there's going to be someone in the comments that's going to say this. This is for people who are fortunate enough to have disposable income after they pay for their bills. I understand and I feel for it for the people who cannot make ends meet, who don't have money after their bills, who don't have enough money to pay their bills. These videos are not for them. This advice or these explanations are not for them. I understand that. I was on that end before, and I was on government assistance before. I know it's hard. This is not for them. Okay, first and foremost. So if you are fortunate enough to have disposable income and you want to be able to plan for your big expenses, this is the way to do it. It's kind of like a zero-based budget. You can apply a percentage or a certain dollar amount after each paycheck, after you have all your bills come out, all your necessities, all your wants, everything that you want to come out of that disposable income. And whatever's left over, like I said, at a certain dollar amount or a percentage of what's left over to put into a theoretical savings account. You don't have to open up a savings account for this. You could just track it, mark it down on your budget. This is how much I have so far in this category. And then next paycheck, you add a little more. So it's this much in this, and then so on and so forth. You're building up that kind of account in your bank account. And what I mean by this is it could be like for vacation. Say you know you're going to go on vacation in 3 months. So every paycheck, save a certain amount of money for that vacation. And I don't necessarily mean I'm not going to get into details here on plane tickets and planning for hotel and lodging. No, I mean like when you're there, you're going to spend money when you're there. You're not going to just go buy a plane ticket, go to a hotel and stay at the hotel room the whole time. You're going to do things while you're there. So for the activities that you're going to do there, save a certain amount of money. Say you already buy your plane ticket and your hotel. Awesome, cool. So now start saving before the time comes that you go there. Save a certain amount of money so you know you have money to spend when you're there, that you don't have to dip into your bank account that you have saving for other items, other categories. So planning for big expenses is just done this way. You save a certain percentage or a certain amount. You can have as many subcategories as you want. Vacation, every season or however often you want to buy a lot of clothes. Make an account for that. Let's say that you want to have upgrades in your life for certain electronics, right? You want a new phone. Make an account for that. So that way you already have a running total. You have a certain amount saved for each category. So say, for example, you didn't even know that a new phone was coming out, but you've already had this account saved up for a while. You'll have more than enough to spend on that phone or whatever it is that you want. It doesn't have to, I'm just using that as an example. It could be anything that you want to buy, but as long as you know your own values, your own lifestyle, you can make accounts for things that fit your lifestyle. So you want new fitness equipment eventually. You don't know what it is, but you know you're into fitness. Make an account for fitness stuff. So over time, when something does come up that you want to buy, you just dip into that account because you already have a certain amount saved into there. And if you don't have enough money, then hey, wait a little longer, okay? Don't get into credit. Don't get into debt. Don't start dipping into other categories to allow yourself to buy that one thing. This is where you need to be strict with yourself. If you don't have enough money saved up in that account, then you wait until you do have enough. Or adjust your percentages for all your other accounts to make that one bigger. Whatever is more important to you, you can play with it. That's the beauty of it. It's your own saving accounts, chart of accounts. So if something's more important to you, save more money into that account. If something is more, tighter of a deadline, you have vacation coming up, you haven't saved enough that you wanted to, start saving more in there and start saving or applying less into the other accounts. So this is the beauty of it too, because you can move it around however you want, adjust the percentages and amount based on what's important, based on what's coming up next, and it's all based on tailored to your likes, to your lifestyle. But at the same time, you won't have to dip into your regular spending. You don't have to dip into you don't have to get into credit, into your debt. You don't have to add debt, but you always have some kind of budget saved for certain categories of your life. This is the best way to do it. This is the best way to plan for big expenses. And like I said, if you don't have enough money, then usually don't dip into anything else. Just wait till you have enough. And that's the best way to do it without garnering up more debt or messing up your other goals of your other categories. And this is where you, like I said, you need to be strict. It's kind of like dieting. You want to stay inside your calorie deficit, right? You don't want to go over it. Same thing with spending. You want to stay within your budget. You don't want to go over it. It's a very similar mindset. And yet the harder or the more strict you are with yourself, and the more likely you are to reach your goals this way. And that's just with anything. It's about delaying gratification, and you'll get the results you want. It's the same mindset for both things. So remember, save for the big expenses. Don't just wait till it comes in the last minute, then you have to pull out your credit card or go into your savings, whatever it is that you have to spend.